Hey guys, welcome back to the Easy Company channel. Today we're going to be hardtailing a Harley Davidson Shovelhead. We've done a few of these in the shop and we're always looking to do more, so if you need one done, come find us. This is how we do it. It's probably not the right way, but it's probably not the wrong way either. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. We're starting off with a stock shovelhead frame. Doesn't look like it's been messed with too much. And we're putting on a weld-on rigid vtwin hardtail section. This particular hardtail is as close as you're gonna get without buying a repop frame or finding an original Harley Davidson hardtail frame. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so what we have here is a vtwin weld-on hardtail section. This is pretty much as close as you're gonna get to a stock Harley Davidson rigid frame without buying a repop whole frame or finding one in a barn somewhere. This one in particular comes with a mechanical brake crossover. It comes with a trans plate. It comes with an axle with spacers. It comes with the toolbox mount. It's really as good as it's gonna get. I'll put a link for this in the info, so if you need one, you can buy it yourself. Yeah, so let's get started. One of the first things you'll notice about this hardtail is that it comes with the tabs for floorboards. In doing that, they leave quite a bit of length right here for you to cut and fit on the frame how you see fit. And if you notice on a shovelhead frame, there's quite a big radius right here. And one of the first things I did was put a straight edge on the bottom of the rail and find where I was comfortable making a cut. And after doing that, I found that, let's see, this is about 3 3/4, that I'll be right in. If I cut right at the bottom of the radius there, I'm gonna be somewhere in here. So I'm gonna make a call and just cut it after so that the frame will at least look straight. So I'm gonna take a few measurements and cut these things right off. All right, so after taking a few measurements and finding out exactly where I'm comfortable with cutting, that'll give me enough space to weld and prep the material. We're about 4 1/4 from the back of the seat post gusset. From here, I'm just gonna cut it with an angle grinder. So let's get to that. So both of them are cut off now. Here we are. I did notice some porosity on these welds. Thanks a lot, vtwin. I'm just kidding. Now I'm gonna prep the ends of these pieces right here so that I'm ready to weld it when the time has come. With the hardtail section prepped, it's time to move on to the frame, the stock frame. There's a few places you have to cut in order to fit that on. You gotta cut the frame rails and you gotta cut the top half off here. What I usually do is just cut multiple different sections out just to make it easier on myself. And I'm gonna try something a little different because I have an idea in my head to pull this slug out. So I'm gonna make these cuts first, and then I'm gonna work on this top half. And I will never show you if it doesn't work, so it doesn't matter. Let's go. After cutting the frame apart, here's what I have left. I still have to get this stud out. My idea that I originally had isn't gonna work, so I have to do it the way we usually always do it. Usually always. Is that proper English? I don't know. But yeah, I have to clean this up, and then it's gonna be time to start. Oh, sorry, I gotta clean this up and I gotta clean these two pieces up, and then it will be time to fit the hardtail and see if I need to finesse anything. So let's keep going with that. So I cleaned this up. I still have the slug in there. You can see it right there. I was calling it a stud. I don't know why, but this is normally what we use to pull slugs out of the frame. You can see one right there. We weld it right in there and knock it out with a hammer. It works pretty good. And I prepped these so they're ready to weld. Let's try and knock this thing out, literally. Another good thing about welding this on there is that it heats it up and expands the metal, and in theory should help it be hammered out of there. But yeah, let's give it a try. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself too much. So our original design with this slug puller definitely wasn't the best, so I modified it a little bit, and now the slug's coming out real nice. And there it is. So I got this prepped with the slug out. I filed the inside. I prepped these two ends, filed the inside. And now I want to drill holes so I can weld the slug in. I believe it's called a plug weld, or maybe a rosette weld. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so these are the slugs that actually come with the vtwin hardtail. That being said, for those that don't know, a stock shovelhead frame, the frame rails are 1 1/8 outside diameter, and this hardtail kit comes with 1 inch outside diameter tubing all the way around. So that's the reason for this stepped plug, slug, whatever you want to call it. So now let's drill some holes. So I got both of the frame parts drilled, ready for plug welds. I'm gonna do a dry fit right now and see how everything's fitting up. This is a job that's probably way easier with 2 people, but as of right now, I'm alone in the shop. So let's try it out. So I'm dry fitting it right now, and I figured I'd mention that these hardtails are mass produced, so they're not always perfect. They're made in another country where quality is not necessarily their first thought. And I figured I'd show you that these 2 frame rails are not exactly aligned. That could be because these spread out, who knows, but you kind of have to get creative to get these 2 things to mate up. I figured I'd show you, and I'm gonna keep trying this. Okay, here we are, all dry fitted up, ready for welding. One thing I would suggest if you're going to try and tackle this job yourself is some sort of motor fixture plate, or you can buy them, you can make them, just something to make sure that you're right where you're supposed to be. Yeah, so let's get this thing welded. What are you doing?
I'm gonna weld this hardtail.
Who are you?
I'm John Repetto from the Easy Company. You guys only been seeing Craig. Guess what, dog? Here I am. So we're gonna weld this hardtail today with our Lincoln Square Wave. Is it ideal? Some would say not, but it does the job for us. So we're gonna weld this up.
You're a goddamn natural.
Sure am.
All right, shut up.
Okay.
welded up, a hardtail shovelhead frame. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our Instagram. Check out our web store. We'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you.